Hi mommies and daddies, welcome back to Momcom India. So in this video I'm going to share with you tips and my experience on how to take care of vaginal stitches post a normal delivery. I had a normal delivery, so I've gone through this experience and I had a great recovery also. So I thought that I should help some new moms out there who are worried about something like this, which is very easy to take care of if done right. So without a further ado, let's get into the video, and if you do like it, please hit on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So my baby was born on 22nd Feb 2017. I had a normal vaginal delivery. My delivery time was very short, about 15 to 20 minutes. My baby had come out and the delivery was not complicated. So the cut that I had on my vagina was a very small cut, and I did not have a lot of stitches. Typically what happens is that depending on how the vaginal delivery is, in some cases the doctors have to make a deep cut so that the baby can come out easily. In those cases the number of stitches can be higher, the way in which the stitches can be done can be different, but in my case it was a very simple one, very normal one, where immediately after my baby was born, within 5 to 10 minutes the doctor started the procedure of stitching the vaginal cut up. And while they were doing this, I was absolutely awake, I was conscious, I was talking to the doctor. This is something that I used to worry about, that how would they do this, it would be so painful, but honestly speaking I had no idea when it got done. I think within 20-25 minutes the whole thing was done. I did not feel any pain. We talked through the whole process of how to take care of the stitches so that the recovery is well, the recovery is fast, and there's no infection. So all of that went pretty well. Then I was transferred back to the room. Before discharging from the hospital, the doctor reminded me that this is something that you will have to watch out for, because typically if not done well, this leads to infection. After 10 days I had a follow-up with my gynecologist just to ensure that everything is in order. So they do a regular follow-up post-delivery also, in which one of the things that they do is check the health of the stitches. When she checked that, she found that one of the stitches was starting to open up. It had become a little loose, but she said that there's no need to do a re-stitch. Right now it is at a stage when we can fix it with a gel only. So she prescribed a gel which I bought from the chemist, and I started applying it as part of my regular routine 3 to 4 times a day, and within a few days the stitch had started to heal again, so a re-stitch was not required. So the learning here was that timely checkups with your doctor, timely follow-ups of the stitches also will ensure that you are on the right track, and any kind of re-stitching can actually be avoided. Then I had my follow-up after 6 weeks. So typically post a normal delivery you will have 2 routine checkups, 2 routine follow-up checkups with your gynecologist, one after 10 days and one after 6 weeks, which is very good because you get to speak to your gynecologist with whom you've had like a long 9-month journey, and you get to talk about your whole recovery. Your gynecologist likes to ensure that you're recovering well, which is really good. I found that whole routine process to be very good. So at 6 weeks when she checked, the stitches had healed very nicely. They had dissolved into the skin only, so there was absolutely no need to work on them anymore. So from her side it was a green signal that you're good to go when it comes to your stitches. So the whole journey was good. It was quite quick. We took some instant actions, and the whole care process that she had given me, that worked really well. Now those are the tips that I've written down for you, so let me tell you one by one. Tip number 1 is that please make sure post your normal delivery you do wear a maternity pad or a sanitary pad, because they are great when it comes to the absorbing power, considering you will be bleeding just so much and you will continue to bleed for so many days. So make sure you wear a proper pad. A lot of new moms are in dilemma whether to wear the pad or not. If you don't wear the pad, then you are at a risk of infection. If you do wear a pad, you are actually not at a risk of infection. You are only moving towards recovery. Make sure that you change these pads every 2 to 3 hours depending on how much bleeding that you're having. Because you bleed so much, there's a very high chance that when the blood comes in contact with the stitches and you're not maintaining that hygiene, it can lead to infection. So the best way to avoid infection is that maintain hygiene and do that every 2 to 3 hours. The second tip is don't move around a lot, especially in the first 7 to 10 days. I know we feel that we've had a normal delivery, we are these super moms, and now we can immediately get up, start taking care of our baby. In some circumstances we actually don't have any help, so you don't have an option but to take care of your baby all by yourself, which is absolutely fine. but try that the first 10 days at least are very, very slow. You can move around, you should move around because you're absolutely normal, but make sure you're not walking too fast. You make sure you're not picking anything that is heavy. Make sure you're not sitting in a position where your stitches are feeling the impact or your stitches are feeling the pressure. You're sitting in a position which is very, very comfortable. If the stitch stretches too much, then there is a chance that the stitch will open up. So please make sure that you're sitting position is absolutely fine, your lying down position is absolutely fine, and as much as possible I would say just take a rest and take it easy. Your motherhood journey is going to be a long one and full of action, so the first few days you should take help and you should just chill and pat your back for the good work that you've already done. The third tip, which is very important, is maintain hygiene. Now every time you go for a pee, you pass urine, and every time you have to change your pad, there is a proper hygiene process that you need to maintain. What I used to do is that I used to wash the area first with just plain water. Once I had done that, then I would wash the area again with the antiseptic solution. My doctor had given me an antiseptic solution which I had to mix with water, dilute with water, and then just wash the area with that antiseptic solution. I would do that. Then third, I would again wash it with plain water so that any color or any stains of the antiseptic solution could also wash out. Once that is done, then I would sit and wait for the area to become air dry. If I was running out of time, I would take a tissue paper and dab the area very, very gently and make it completely dry before I wear the sanitary pad again. Or if I'm running out of time, I would take a tissue paper and dab the area very, very gently and make sure that it is completely dry before I wear my clothes again. So this is a complete process that I would follow, and this made a hell lot of difference in how my recovery was. I felt better, I felt very comfortable on how my healing was, and this really made a difference. So this is something that you have to do. You cannot be lazy about it. Every time you pee, every time you change, you got to do this. The next one is that make sure at least 2 to 3 times a day you give yourself some me time, lock the door, remove your pants, and let that area be air dry, give it air exposure. Very similar to what we say for babies, right? That don't keep them in diapers throughout the day. Give them some air exposure, give them some air drying time. That really helps the skin to recover. Similarly, it helps the stitches to recover. So make sure you at least do that 2 to 3 times a day for 10 minutes and feel very, very relaxed. The next tip is that please make sure that till the time your stitches don't recover completely, you wear very light, flowy pants or pajamas or salwars, whatever you'd like to wear, but lowers should be very, very light, very flowy, not something very tight, because that also affects the recovery of the stitches. The next tip, which is also related to a problem that many new moms face, is avoid constipation. The more you're constipated, the more pressure you will put on that area, which means the higher the chance that the stitches will open up. So you really need to avoid constipation. It can be done 2 ways. Number one is that when you're leaving the hospital, make sure your doctor writes some kind of solution that you can instantly take in case you're really feeling constipated. Typically doctors do that because this is a problem that many moms face in the first 2-3 days. After that, you really don't want to depend on such syrups and solutions, so try make it as natural as it can be. Lots and lots of water in the day. As it is, you're a new mom, you need to breastfeed your child, you need a lot of water. Eat papaya works wonders when it comes to constipation. You can try prunes, you can try pears, basically any fruit or vegetable that starts with P will really help with constipation. Anything which is high on fiber will really help with constipation. For some women, a glass of lukewarm milk in the morning immediately triggers the motion sensation, but the bottom line is that you cannot be constipated. If you are constipated regularly, you need to consult your doctor because this will impact the recovery of your stitches. And the last one is something that you need to discuss with your partners, and that is that no intercourse till the time your stitches recover. Having intercourse during this time when your stitches are recovering can actually infect the stitches or can lead to the stitches opening up, which means that directly definitely can impact the recovery of the stitches. So please make sure that you don't do that. I'm sure all the fathers understand this and all the partners understand this, and they want nothing more than the mom recovering and coming back to herself. So please make sure that this is definitely done. Lastly, I'd say that just maintain the follow-up routine with your gynecologist to ensure that you as a new mom are recovering when it comes to stitches, when it comes to your body, your bleeding, everything. If you just maintain this 10 days and 6 weeks kind of a routine, or whatever your doctor is suggesting, then you definitely are on the right track, and any risks or any alarms can actually be figured out at the right time and right actions can be taken. Like if I would not have visited my doctor on the 10-day mark, I would have missed the bus on knowing that one of the stitches opening, and maybe we would have to go through the process of a complete restitch, which would have been so painful or just not good. So I hope I did help a lot of new moms out there to feel a little relaxed about how will they take care of their stitches, because this is one worry that I definitely had as a new mom, and this is one thing that actually got solved so easily just by following these simple steps. Just in case you feel that you're bleeding, your stitches are paining quite a lot, just keep your doctor informed and they will let you know what needs to be done, because one mom's body is different from the other. So it's very difficult to say that, you know, what is SOS and what is not SOS. But things like a lot of pain, things like the stitches opening up, bleeding, you know, all of this, or the recovery taking more than 6 to 8 weeks, is something that you should definitely discuss with your doctor. Lastly, I'd say that if you feel too much pain in your stitches, you can just go and sit down in a tub with some lukewarm water. That really helps and relaxes you. I used to do that. Some people also prefer cold compress, but I never did that. So discuss this with your doctor too, that just in case you feel a lot of pain, what is it that you should do. Things keep changing with time, so you may just get a better solution that even I don't know. And if you have one, please put it in the comment section below. So I hope you did like this video. If you did like it, hit on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There's a red button that will help you subscribe, and there's a bell icon that will give you timely notifications whenever we upload a video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.